So we're live. Hello everybody, my name is Martin from Czech Republic. With me is here Jeremy from, where are you?
I'm from Wheeling, West Virginia.
Ah,
It's
have a
really
nice
cold.
weather.
Yeah, I'm still neglecting turning on my heat. It's getting cold. I'm just gonna tough it out.
Good. Can you introduce yourself a little bit so that everyone knows who you are, what are you doing, and so on?
Oh yeah, so I'm Jeremy Sinclair. I am a enterprise.NET developer. During the day, I do a lot of ASP.NET Core, and random SharePoint development. But outside of that, I like to tinker in all kinds of other .NET related things. And today I'm going to be tinkering with Uno
Ah,
for macOS.
perfect. That's great. Because this is the reason we are here. We have Hacktoberfest this month, which is a global event that encourages people to contribute to open source projects and support open source projects and uh, help them grow. And it was connected to some controversy this month because of some people doing spam pull requests, which is not what we want to do here. We want to show how to do a proper full pull request into Uno platform and implement an actual feature into it and show you the whole process from start to end. So that's the reason we are here, and we will be showing that from the beginning with Jeremy, who will be actually doing the pull request. And if you have any questions or suggestions during the stream, you can definitely write it in the chat, and we will try to answer live. All right. So the issue we have chosen is file opening. I think it was file safe picker, right? Uh,
Yeah.
it should
Or
be somewhere there. And there was an issue for file safe picker.
is
And
it? Oh yeah, file save
it's one
pick.
of the currently one of the high priority issues we have in Uno platform, and it's actually the goal is to open a file picker, choose a location where to save a file, and then allow the application to save the file to that location. And because Jeremy is on macOS, we will be doing that pull request for macOS.
Yep.
All right, so let's get started with this. So Jeremy, what you did already is you forked the Uno solution, right? So you have the fork on your profile and cloned it locally, and we spent the last hour building the solution because
Yeah.
we had some issues with preview builds and then with Visual Studio for Mac uh, building things over and over again. But
Yeah. It did not like my .NET 5 release candidate one build at all. It kept airing out at random spots. So I
ah,
just decided to nuke it for now.
at least it now works, so it's
Yeah.
fine. So this is the Uno platform solution. As you can see, there's several folders. I can quickly go through those to show you what's in there. So in the add-ins folder, which is the first one, there are some extensions for Uno, which is Lottie animations and Microsoft Authentication library. Then we have remote control. Those libraries allow for hot reload in Visual Studio on all platforms. Then we have Samples app, which is the sample application in which we are actually testing the new features, and it also serves as the test bed for UI tests. So we will be definitely using that today. Then we have Tools folder. In the Tools folder, those are several tools. On macOS, there's just the T4 generator. On Windows, there's additional tools like Source generator, which generates like syncs the Uno platform code with the public contract of UWP or WinUI. Then we have Uno UI folder, which contains the actual Uno platform code, and it's separated into several different projects. So the foundation is the basics, the base support types and so on. Then Uno is just the most of the non-UI related code, and then Uno UI. That's the I noticed that we need to zoom a little bit. Can you zoom in the? I don't think so. Right in the. Okay.
That's a nice zoom.
Like the font size cannot be increased, or can? Oh, it can. Good. Oh, that's a good feature. Is it better now? I hope it is. We will wait for the response there. So then we have the Uno project. That's the non-UI APIs, and Uno UI, that's UI APIs, so controls and everything that's connected with the UI. Basically, that's the same thing as WinUI is currently. And then we have additional projects like Fluent Theme that provides the Fluent theming and Fluent styles for the application, and Uno UI Toolkit, which are special tools for Uno applications. For example, to solve for the bumps in on mobile screens. All right, so that's it. And the last folder, that's for XAML generation and XAML support. So this is the whole solution, and we will probably be today focused mostly on the samples app for macOS and the Uno project, which is the non-UI, because the file picker is basically a platform-specific non-UI API. All right, so let's maybe start with checking out how the API works in UWP, as that's usually the best way to start, to see some sample code of how file safe picker actually behaves or what it does. Yeah. Perfect. That's good. Maybe if you go back to the Visual Studio, a little bit more zoom is requested.
In Visual Studio?
Yeah. Just a little bit more to make it more visible. Yeah. Maybe I can increase this a little bit. Let me try. Hopefully this will be better. So, okay, and you can even increase the font size in the browser just to have it. Yeah, good. So, file safe picker. So this is a simple sample of the file safe picker. We will probably not be doing the cached file manager API. That's more of a OS specific thing, and I'm not sure if that's even supported on macOS. So I will just do the file safe picker itself and not care about writing the file for this specific PR, because that's out of scope for this. So we will probably use the first four lines of code. So we will create some file picker, then choose a start location and choose the file types, suggested file name, and then show the picker itself. Yeah, so that seems like a reasonable scope to tackle.
I wonder, do we need the file open picker at all?
File open picker, that's a different thing. Yeah, that's for opening files, but
gotcha.
I think that's going to be a little bit more complicated. Or it's a different API.
Yeah.
So
you're right, because
necessarily
I was just thinking about that. I guess opening and saving is still open something.
Yeah.
A way that you can browse through the location of the file that you want to save.
Like they both use a similar, like it's a similar API. It's just direction. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. If we have a lot of time left, we can look into the open picker as well. But I think this is a reasonable scope for the PR. So let's see what happens. Okay. So you can see the namespace of the API is Windows storage pickers. Right. So let's try to find that in the UNO platform solution.
Okay, so we have a storage folder and we have our pickers.
Exactly. So we can see there's already a implementation of FileSafe Picker for WebAssembly. So we can even take inspiration from that.
Inspiration, yeah.
And
like that.
Yeah, you can see that we have compilation symbol WASM to actually make sure that it compiles only for WebAssembly. But it's not even necessary in UNO platform because there is in the CS Proj configuration there is check for the file name, and if it ends at wasm.cs, it actually compiles only on WebAssembly, and the same is for macOS. So if we create a new class, a new file which has the name filesafepicker.macos.cs, it will compile only for Mac.
All right, let's go ahead and do that.
Yes. So, yeah, so we usually have a shared project. That's the shared file. That's the FileSafe Picker here, and that's the common properties and so on for all the platforms. So if we open that filesafepicker.cs file, that's like the common support for all platforms. And then we have platform-specific files that provide the platform-specific code. So in case of WebAssembly, it does invoke some JavaScript APIs probably, and we will do some specifics for macOS. Maybe if you check the folder picker, that could be quite
picker.
close.
That could give us a
because it's a close one. It uses NS Open Panel on macOS, and you actually see that it.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can take a lot of inspiration from this.
Probably. So we can start doing that, but I want to show you one more thing, because UNO platform has the same API surface as Windows, so UWP. And the question is how actually UNO platform does that, and that's because there is a lot of generated code that automatically syncs those API surfaces when new version of UWP is out or when new APIs are added. UNO platform runs a generator which generates files accordingly and creates the methods so that they are there, but throw an exception that they are not implemented yet. And you can find these in the generated folder in the UNO project. There is a generated folder, and if you open this one and search for, there should be a Windows Storage Pickers folder. Oh, right. Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, so there it is.
Okay, so this file contains the whole API surface of the FileSafe Picker, but we actually don't support everything because some of these things are just plain Windows specific ones, and in some cases they cannot be supported on all platforms. So we have these conditional symbols that tell us which specific APIs are supported on which platforms. So when you want to implement something, you have to mark this as false for the specific platform, and you can then implement it in the platform-specific file. So we can start on the top even, because the file safe picker will now be supported on macOS, so you can remove the part with macOS or mark it as false.
So you just remove it. Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes. So that means now when you use Uno platform after this is merged, you will not see the warning that this API is not supported yet. That's thanks to the... No? Yeah.
So I say you can probably just find every reference in here.
Yeah. Well, not all of them. I would take it one by one, because we will not support everything, but definitely suggested start location we will do, as this is the place where the picker will start. That can be supported. And then let's go down. These are supported everywhere.
Should we remove it from here
this one as well. This is actually what helps the Roslyn analyzer to say that on a specific platform it's not supported, or is it? So
that's awesome.
That's how it works. How can you test for that? What do you mean by how can you test for that? There's a question in the chat. Okay, default file extension. We don't have to implement it. It's actually deprecated in UWP, so we can skip that. And next we have this. Nothing interesting here. These are some
file type choices.
Yeah, remove the macOS part from there. Oh, it's actually all false, so it's fine.
Okay.
So it's fine. It's not included. Just wait a second, I will answer the chat. Okay, and then we have the constructor. We will definitely need that. So remove this, and actually, when you remove the macOS part from the if, it actually disables this not implemented on that platform. So you don't even have to change it.
Oh, so I don't even need that. Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
And why the question from chat is, why didn't we set it to false? And the answer is it doesn't matter. We can either set it to false or just remove the OR part for macOS completely. That doesn't make no difference for macOS. We will implement it in the partial file. So if we do false here, we'll still have to implement it the same way.
Yeah, I think for sake of
clarity. Actually, if you run the generator on Windows, it is not available on Mac. It automatically sets these as false appropriately based on what is already implemented. So the generator will even do it for you if you don't want to do it manually.
Oh, that's pretty it's pretty nifty. I like that.
Yeah. So the question is, should there be a test that will fail showing you which macOS to get rid of? Actually, there if you set one of those APIs as implemented on macOS and then forget to implement it, then when you make a pull request, there is one of the tasks during build is to check whether the API service matches what is expected. And if you miss something, or if you add a public method that's not actually there on UWP, then it will throw an error and tell you that you have to explicitly say that this is what you wanted. And if you didn't intend to do that, you know that you have to fix it. So it's like safety precaution, so that no one makes some Uno specific things which are not expected. So good. So here the pick save file and continue. That's a thing from Windows Phone that's no longer supported. And
This file.
yeah, it's replaced by this save file async method.
Okay.
All right. So that should be all we need. And now let's implement these. So we uncommented the suggested start location, then the default file name, I think, suggested file name, then pick save file async, and then the constructor. So all these we have to implement. All right. So let's go back to the folder with Picker's code, and let's see what we can do. All right, so the default constructor, we don't even have to write it because that's in C#. It's implicitly there, so there's no problem. And we will need definitely the suggested. We don't have the suggested start location property, so we will have to add it here. Yeah, this one, exactly. And then we have the pick save file async method. Yeah, and the UWP API uses iasync operation as the return type for async methods.
Did not want to do that.
Happens.
Pressed the wrong button. Control D instead of Control V.
So good. So it uses async operation as the return type instead of task, which would be more natural. But we can easily just make a private method which has task return type and then use async operation method on that. You can see that in the WebAssembly implementation even. It's the same kind of operation. So yeah, so you have separate method which uses task as the return type, which allows you to actually do async await.
Heck, we could probably just even take quite a few bits and pieces of this WebAssembly.
Yeah, it helps definitely when the API is implemented on other platforms. There's sometimes shared code, and sometimes it's even possible to move the shared code into the shared file, file of the API. All right. So this is good. Maybe I would change the name, as it's in this case, it's not picking files, it's picking one file.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So pick file task.
Yeah. Good. Maybe add async at the end to just make it clear it's async. we use this convention everywhere probably, so just to make it consistent. All right, so now let's go to the actual implementation. Can you zoom in the source itself as well?
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Even more probably, because it's much smaller on the actual stream. So okay, is it better now? Yeah, you can use Command plus based on the chat.
Yeah, for some reason here I use Command plus. It doesn't want to. I just have numlock. I don't know. Worked on a browser, but didn't work in here. Okay, so where to next? So we're going to think of the actual thing to make the pick file task.
Yeah. So we should find the API that is equivalent to file safe picker on macOS, like a save dialog or something that does the same thing on macOS.
Okay, let's go look for that.
So this is the part of the investigative part of implementing. So the nice thing about Uno platform is that you have the API surface, so you don't have to think about that, and you just have to map platform-specific APIs to UWP APIs. So that's the nice thing, that you don't have to worry that you will have to figure out the proper API surface.
Okay, so there's a document picker.
Yeah, when you're back in Visual Studio, please one more zoom in.
More zoom? All right. There we go. Is this good for everyone?
Yeah, we'll see. You'll see. I hope it is. And we have a little bit delay from the stream.
From the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. It's good.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, so I see something for Xamarin Ios.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
I think that's very iOS specific, or at least it's the document picker is basically similar to the storage file abstraction on Windows. We don't really want to do that currently because that would be much more complicated. We just want to pick a file path, so something different. Maybe you can check the file pickers for Xamarin, because those could be similar.
Yeah. So there's a few of them here. There's one that says that it uses NSOpenPanel.
But we need something like something for saving, because OpenPanel would be for opening files.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different. So let's see what happens. Save panel. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Open panel.
Let's open panel. Save panel. Okay. That's good.
Huh, really in a save panel. Can't get any better than that. All right, so now we know what that is. Let's see what the actual Xamarin save panel.
Broken.
That's not good.
As for sandboxing,
Let's see if I can find a link.
Maybe if we do search for like, yeah, it could be nice. Maybe there is some documentation for it. Dialogues.
There we go. Perfect. There we go. It's exactly what we want to see.
Yeah.
And a save panel. Aha. Look at this.
All right. So it seems kind of similar to what we have in Windows.
Yeah, so you have a new panel, save, give it a title, tell it the allowed file types.
Allowed file types. Okay, so we'll probably tackle it one by one. So
yeah.
We'll start with the constructor. That's easy.
I do not want date picker.
Yeah,
oh no, panel. That's what it is.
Huh.
There we go.
Good. Okay, and there we have this. We can maybe try to just show it, just to have a proof of concept that it actually appears.
Yeah. Well, let's see how to even open it. It's begin sheet.
Oh no, that's begin sheet is. That's weird. Why is?
Wait, let's save it as.
I found a run modal. Yeah, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
the run modal. Yeah, that's probably what we need then. So there's the save as. If we set that property false, application following displayed. We set the.
Oh, so it's just a different.
Yeah, it's
UI.
a different style. Yeah.
Oh. We can probably use this one if it's simpler.
Yeah, we can just do the simple
run modal.
Run modal. We don't need alert for.
No, we probably don't need it alert.
No.
It seems that's just to show that it
that's just
picked
if they
something.
press OK and yeah.
So run modal, just that. Okay, that should show it. We can try it and see if it actually works.
Forgot.
You don't need it. Yeah. Because it's async, we don't even need to return anything.
Did I have any async?
I doubt it. I think many of those APIs don't have async counterparts.
Well, since this is turning a storage file.
Yeah, we then return null just to show that it returns nothing because we didn't pick any file. The file picker on Windows actually returns null if no file was picked, and the file that was picked in case the user selected something. So we'll just keep it like this for now, and then alternatively change it when we have implementation. You can just return null because you have async.
That's true. We'll just do that. Make it simple.
Okay, so let's try running it.
All right.
Let's
see if this will actually run.
See if we missed something or not.
So I will tell you all this was we started preparing an hour before just in case. The amount of fun that we had between setting a global JSON, like I set a global JSON on my repository folder to set it to the .NET Core 3.1.8 SDK. It worked from the root path of the GNU platform repository, but apparently as it got deeper down in there on the samples app, it just reverted back to my .NET 5 release candidate SDK. So we found out the hard way, at least building 6-7 different times.
Yeah. But the solution was actually pretty good in the end. Deleting the .NET 5.
We finally got the sample app running like a minute before 10 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah, the builds are taking a bit longer. on Mac than when you compare it, for example, with the Windows Skia from backend of Uno platform. That builds really fast, but the other platforms take a longer time. The longest is definitely Android. Android is very slow. Yeah.
Wow, this is going a lot faster, it seems.
Yeah, hopefully it at least does some incremental builds.
So while we're waiting for this to build, how long have you been contributing to Uno platform?
For a year and a half, probably now. Yeah, I think I started last year in March or something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
It's fun, and you have a lot to learn because the solution is huge, and even after 1.5 year, I definitely don't know most of the code. I know about the locations where I contributed, but I keep finding new things that I didn't know they're there, and there's a lot of clever tricks and hacks that make Uno platform run. So it's definitely a good source of learning.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how the structure of the Uno platform solution is. It's pretty impressive just to be able to turn on an API support for individual platform just by setting false.
Yeah,
that is it's really impressive.
Yeah, and actually now Uno platform supports not only the native APIs or no native UI, but also Skia Sharp backend. So that's pretty impressive too, that it now allows you to render both using Skia or using native APIs on the platforms. So it's probably the only platform that does that.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And what I found interesting when I tried to do the Tizen support for Uno platform, it took me like 4 hours to start from zero to have a Uno platform POC running on Tizen, just because there is Skia Sharp backend, that there is a little bit of code needed to just get a platform running, but it's super easy. So when Skia Sharp gets a new platform support, then we can pretty easily, in scope of several hours, get a POC of that on Uno platform.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty cool and pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's amazed it's building a lot faster. We're, I'd say, close to the finish line for being able to build this now.
Yeah.
Down the runtime tests.
And we can try later the rider build just to see if it works, if it's built faster than Visual Studio.
I need one of those 64 gig Macs. I think that's what I need.
Yeah. That would definitely
I think I'll spend
help.
enough money this year.
It's not even the end of it, so.
Yeah. Because we all know what I'll be spending my money on next. All right, wherever the sample app decides it wants to appear.
Jerome is in the chat.
Hey, Jerome. Actually, I don't even have the chat open.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should open it, definitely. He's saying when developing new feature, it's easier to work on a side project. Just you need to build only the Uno UI project. That's definitely true. That helps with the build performance.
Yeah. What is it doing? So it's showing the sample app. Oh,
maybe you could include one of like a blank application in the solution to have it instead of the sample set for quick prototyping, maybe. All right, so so this samples application is what we use for UI testing and testing new features as we add them. So there is almost everything that Uno platform supports. And for all of these, there are samples. So if you go, for example, to the button category, you can see there is a lot of samples for buttons. So we can select one of these. And you should see, so various tests for buttons, for behavior, and so on. Some of these are just for user testing, like manual testing. Some are automated and run actual Xamarin UI test-based tests. Right.
Yeah, I didn't know about this samples project until now. So
yeah,
I think I'm going to make some use of this.
Definitely. There's a lot of interesting things to find there as well. Okay, let's go to file safe picker. And we can try to trigger one of those just to see what it does.
Blew up.
And nothing? Blew up. Oh, okay.
So
what happened
try
there?
Debugging this.
Oh, you had
I ran it instead of debugging.
Oh, right. At least it doesn't build again.
Yeah. I just wonder where. So I logged it to display 2. There we go.
There's a question in the chat if the Skia backend or rendered Uno apps will have native accessibility support for things like screen readers. And I think definitely that's something that's discussed and even worked on. Maybe Jerome can provide more info there. So where does it crash? That's not that useful. Yeah, maybe let's go to the sample page itself.
UI tests shared.
Yeah, you can open this file safe picker test XAML line 123. We'll see what's there.
Yeah. What was that again? It was shared Windows storage. File save picker test. Line 123.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so line 123 is file type choices.
Okay. So it means that is it null? Can you check if the property is null?
Yeah, I think it is null. That's probably what's going on.
Maybe let's go to the shared file for file safe picker where the properties are. Okay, so it's not initialized here.
Yeah, it's not initialized. And I think in here.
Yeah, it's initialized here in the platform specific file.
Yep, right in the.
Yeah, but we can maybe initialize it in the shared file and remove it from here, because it's gonna be anyway shared for all platforms.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to worry about this now or just deal with it later?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's try this now.
Yeah.
So another trip down build land.
Yeah, and Jerome was just suggesting we build for a single target platform. We actually have it already, the cross targeting set to macOS only. And we are in the macOS only project solution filter. So it should
Yeah, I
be
think
okay.
that might have been the thing that fixed our issue before.
Yeah, definitely. Because we had the Android problems there. So I guess that was the cause of the problems.
Yeah, I can say Android was definitely the cause of my problem for the Uno Golf. That's why I had to not even show the Android and just make it go bye.
Yeah, the problem was I had a similar problem in the UNOConf talk before I was live. My sample with speech recognizer was working perfectly, and then all of my microphones stopped working suddenly. So
Wow.
couldn't connect any Bluetooth microphone in with my PC. So that was sad.
And my fun was even better. The reason I got rid of the Android, actually, I didn't even show iOS either, because it got to a point before when I was testing, just to see if everything, preloading all the apps. It got to the point where I couldn't turn on my camera. Everything else was up and running, but like my camera would not turn on. I'm just like, yeah, this isn't gonna fly. So I had to reboot again and then
That's the
get everything
ideal
going.
situation before being live.
Oh yeah, I think at one point I made the Mac kernel panic and
Okay.
all kinds of stuff. Can I download more RAM? I think I need to do that.
Yeah. Try some torrent. If anyone has questions, definitely post them now during builds as the best time to answer them.
Oh yeah.
We can, in the meantime, maybe look into how we will continue. Maybe let's try to find on the web how to set the start location for the file picker, because that's what we will definitely need to do. Like to start the folder where the file picker starts. So maybe let's try the NSI panel API documentation, like to see which properties are there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna work.
It should.
I guess NSA.
Okay. Because it's native library, so you probably cannot even go there.
Aha! There we go.
Good. So let's see some. It should be some property. Yes.
So there's a directory deprecated.
Okay, it doesn't seem so. Does the run modal method have some arguments?
Remove.
That seems good. So maybe this we can use. So it seems like this directory where to start and also the suggested file name.
Yeah, they deprecated it.
Well,
Apple, stop deprecating stuff.
How can you replace that then?
Oh, wait. Actually, I wonder what they did for the WebAssembly. Oh, look, it finally showed it. Whitebird told me.
Oh, good. So let's see.
What did WebAssembly do? Suggested start location. So that would be how it would.
Like that's setting it, but we will have to convert this UWP specific to macOS folder somehow. But why is it deprecated? That's weird. Oh.
Let's see if we can actually run this now. File pickers, file save picker. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Right. Here we go.
There we go.
Good. So that's.
I like that.
That's very good.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
That's expected. All right.
I actually wonder. Oh, yeah, because it's a storage file. Okay, cool.
I'm still trying to check if there is a way to set the start location because it has to be there. Why does it seem that both ways to set it are deprecated?
Because when things are easy, apparently it's not supposed to be.
Oh, I see now. There is directory URL property that's apparently
I think we
like the replacement for
directory URL.
Yeah, and that is not deprecated. And for the file name, there is URL, just URL.
Oh, these properties make no sense.
Don't really.
Okay, so if we have our directory URL, what can we assign as that?
So that's URL, but we have file path. So how do we? What we will definitely need is to get the file path first. And we can probably use the environment special folder enumeration because that should be implemented on macOS. That's part of system namespace. Special folder. Yeah, these are several, the selection of various special folders. And there should be like environment get folder path or something like that to get the path.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, this one.
Get folder path. Oh, look at that.
So we will have to translate the picker location ID to this thing. Because the picker location ID is UWP and we need this. So maybe make a separate method that that's the mapping returns the special folder enum.
Hmm. Can I do that? No, maybe not.
Maybe you have to do environment dot special folder.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll just do that.
it's a static.
Let's say
or maybe let's do it even differently. Maybe we'll do like a string, return string, and return get start path, for example, just to make it simple.
no, so I just want a string that just
String
gives us
and
that path.
name it get start path, and we will even return the result of the get folder path inside of the method.
Yeah. Okay. So this is okay. It is a string. I didn't even realize that. All right, and so we have the picker
location ID.
Location ID.
Oh, so maybe.
Let's actually look at that.
Yeah, it should be like in enum of various locations.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the documents library, downloads.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
But it's not implemented, so we will probably have to implement this as well, like make it implemented. So because it's an enum, we can even make it available on all platforms because it's just an enum. So let's just replace the if statement with if false to disable it completely, and
so just if false altogether.
Yeah, like you can replace all of those ifs with if false.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and then we will make a copy of the file in the implemented area.
That's not what I want to do. I want to edit and replace. Replace.
Nice.
Make sure I did.
Good.
So I can probably. What about this if statement up here at the initial if false?
Which one? Like so there is one that wraps the whole enum, and the second one wraps just the attribute itself.
Oh, gotcha.
So we can take the whole file and like copy it into the implemented folder, and we will then remove those ifs from there. So yeah.
So where's this implemented folder?
So Windows storage pickers again, like the rest of the file pickers. If you go to
okay, this was that folder.
The folder we are in.
Okay. Oh, and then make a.
Yeah, you can take. Yeah, if you click on the. Yeah, it should jump.
There.
It doesn't. It sometimes does sync the selected file with the Solution Explorer. Sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of wonky. Yeah.
And so
Right. So you can create the same file name in the pickers folder and then just paste the contents. Yeah, and then just get rid of those if statements. And you can even get rid of the pragma warning disable on the top. Those are also not needed here.
We gotta get rid of that diff also.
Yeah.
They had a way to clean this up.
I guess it won't do automatically.
There was at some point. I don't know if I'm thinking about just
I guess that's
we'll save this for now and just before I start going wild with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have pick location ID, and now we should like map those enum values with special folders in environment special folder. So let's do that. Maybe we can just do a switch and take the correct enum from there.
Can't we just do? I wonder.
I'm not sure it's gonna work. I actually cannot do it because it's backed by integer values in C#, so it won't work.
Yeah. Well, I think
you could map it to the enum. Yeah, you could map it to the enum, but
maybe
there is a problem with that because UWP has different values for those enum values, so you cannot actually change it. If you did, then you would get the error during build.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's also checked.
So,
yeah, you have to make it this way.
And
now we will see if Visual Studio can handle generating switch cases automatically.
So what do you want to pass in here for? You want to get the start path from?
You don't have to pass in anything as we have the instance. We have suggested start. You can switch on suggested start location inside.
That's true.
Yeah, probably. Don't need to pass anything. Let's see if it. So I tried to let it generate the cases if it can do it or not.
Could you repeat that?
If it can generate the cases automatically, there is the light bulb.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe it will.
Nope.
No.
Let's do.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, there we go. Add missing cases.
Good.
Oh,
that's faster.
Nice. It's the first time I've ever used that. FYI.
It helped, definitely, because there's a lot of cases. Okay, so what we will do. Question is if we want to return the path immediately or just set it to some variable and then do the environment get folder path after the switch. If maybe it's gonna be easier this way. Like if you do before the switch, we will do some variable and just store it in there.
All right. And So if we have the documents library,
Yeah.
we can just do path equals environment.get folder path of the
Probably my documents. Not sure what
Yeah.
common documents is.
I think common documents is like the documents for all
users.
the public. Yeah.
Huh. What is that folder in Windows? I'm not sure even.
Yeah, it's likely under the that public account.
Oh, right. That's possible.
I wonder if this is even gonna. Yeah, it might map.
Hopefully. Oh, I meant actually doing it a little bit differently here.
Oh.
As I meant that we would store just the environment special folder part, not to do the get folder path, so that we don't duplicate.
Oh, gotcha. Then we do that at the end.
Yeah, at the end, right.
Okay.
Just so it's in one location, just not in
That
multiple.
makes sense. So we probably need to at least set these to another variable, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You can make the type environment special folder and
Yeah.
it's weird that it's inner class, not normal class.
Yeah.
It's kind of unusual.
I didn't get to declaring it yet. All right. Thanks, IntelliSense.
Desktop. There's no downloads. That's weird. I would expect it to be there.
I would expect it. Well, I wonder.
Like we don't have to support
something that came.
Like,
yeah, I wonder if downloads was something that just came later on.
Possibly.
It's probably why it's not.
Like we don't have to support. We can just default to some other folder for those which aren't supported. We can just remove the case and then make a default case as a fallback for all of these, and just use I don't know, maybe the user folder instead. Like the home group is definitely not going to be there. That's Windows thing. And music library could be there. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll try that just in case.
Yeah. Then that's not gonna be there. And the unspecified is basically the fallback as well. So we'll have a default case and just make it, I don't know what would be the default, maybe the user folder.
Yeah. personal.
Personal, yeah. That's nice. All right. Good. There we have it. With that done, we can get the path and we should be okay.
Well, why are you complaining?
What does it say?
It's getting mad that.
Oh, it's never used. We will use it.
Probably have to sign it too.
Yeah, we will. It's probably complaining that we didn't actually use the value anywhere. That we just assigning it. I guess. If you actually use it somewhere, it should.
So let's do this. So we won't have a default if we just assign it to this.
Right.
If it doesn't match that, it'll automatically just be that.
Right. That's good.
And then we can do path equals environment dot get folder path of the special folder.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Actually, we don't
need the picker path anymore. Yeah. All right. That would be it. All right. So we have the start path now, and we have to convert it into NSURL. So we can probably do that just by making a prefix of file like the file schema instead of. I think
file schema. Actually, how does that even work with this?
I think it's file colon / like the schema is file colon / and then the file path.
Yeah. Well, actually, I feel like I've encountered this before.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird that they deprecate strings and make it URLs instead.
Let's see what NSURL.
The question from the chat is, can't you use switch expressions? We could have used switch expressions, right? We could have used that.
Yeah, we could have. Let's see.
But we probably, as we have the environment get folder at the end, we would have to separate the switch to a separate method to have it like the switch expression, right?
I thought there was what's it called?
Refactoring. Yeah,
I guess it doesn't really.
It would be something like special folder equals switch suggested start location and then the cases. I never remember this.
Yeah,
I never used.
Yeah, I never used the switch expressions.
It can do a lot of things now, but I always forget how the syntax looks.
You're gonna send me on a rabbit hole.
This is just a normal switch. We need something else. This one. Yeah. So it's variable switch and then the cases. Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Maybe I could do that just to make it nicer.
Yeah.
So it would be special folder equals and then switch suggested start location. I think the parentheses are not there. It's just switch and then the arrow operator.
Let's see, I had it done here.
Oh, it's not arrow.
Backwards.
I thought. So brackets and then your arrows are in the cases. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's the one. I would prefer if it did the refactoring automatically.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it on Windows it does. But Visual Studio for Mac probably doesn't have this yet.
Awesome suggestion, whoever suggested that.
Yeah, definitely. Very good idea. It's gonna be much more readable like this.
Yeah, this is never even thought to use switch expressions. But now I really see.
Yeah, I always forget about them. And
yeah, like I'll use other new additions to the C# syntax, but like the really obvious ones, I just fall back to the old habits.
Yeah,
this is so much easier to read.
And the problem is also that UWP support for the new C# 8 features is very limited. So
yeah,
I always just like stay on the safe side and don't use those. Because even although it's sad, because one would expect
I did see at least from the roadmap that from I think it's we'll finally get .NET 5 support like next year.
It's always next year.
Yeah. Okay, what is default? Oh, we just set it. And then
maybe it's the underscore. Like the default is the underscore, like fallback to any value.
I don't know.
I think that was it.
I don't wonder. So this is. So I think in this direction, I mean, in this one example, they just set it, and then.
No, I mean, if you do the underscore and then the arrow, can you provide the default?
Yeah, that's so environment personal.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Wow. There we go.
That's nicer.
Yeah, so much nicer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So we have this, and
so where are we at? We have to see within this URL.
Yeah, I'll just say a safe picker start location. I always think it's in a safe picker and in a safe panel. Directory URL.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to set it.
Actually, I wonder if it's in this one that we were looking at before. No, NSURL in here.
Maybe there is a conversion. Oh, I maybe found a way. There is, if you do NSURL, there might be a method that allows you to pass in file path and generates the file URL. Something like init file with. Yeah, maybe create file URL sounds good. Path, yeah, maybe it will work.
I remember this. So from file name, maybe that's what it is. Here's a URL from a file name.
We can try it. We will see if it works or not.
Try that.
Worst case scenario, we can just try something else. Or from string. Well, no. Well, that's maybe just general string. Maybe you should. Is there something like path? I found this.
I know there's a from file name, but
I found this. I'll send it to you here in chat. Yeah, something like this should be there. I don't know. Or maybe it's
so that doesn't construct. Yeah, that might be. Let's just see if that is the case. Yeah, URL string path is dir. Yeah, that could be it.
Okay, so let's try it. So.
All right, so the suggested start location.
And it was no. There's directory here. Yeah. Directory URL. That one.
NSURL. The path would be get start.
Right. That's good. So we now should have start location set properly.
So what did we set the suggested start location?
There's probably some default in the sample page. If you go to file safe picker test XAML, you have it open in the tabs already.
Oh.
There's probably some kind of default.
There we go, documents. Okay, cool. So we should be able to try this, I think. Yeah, does that look right? Yeah, let's try it.
The question is, where does on macOS the documents folder map to?
I think there is a documents folder for each user profile.
Okay, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. That's one thing I've always thought found weird about the Foundation APIs. How, and I guess it can be good to have these things split up into different classes, but it's like, hey, just to get a directory, you have to set it to this, you have to change it to that. And where you should just be able to write a string. That's just me.
We'll see. Maybe we can, in the meantime, look into the next part, what we will do. So how do we get the selected file from the picker when it ends running? We have to find what it actually does.
I imagine there would probably be some callback. Same thing.
That was this Stack Overflow. How do I know which file type was file type? So that's not it. You had the documentation open somewhere. The documentation for the file picker. Maybe it was there. Save panel.
Selection did change.
Where was the? Can you find the documentation, like the sample? That was a full sample.
Yeah. Those.
If you find that, there definitely should have been the way to access the file name. Save dialog.
Save. There's a lot of stuff I don't really care about right now. I just want to see this. This is not helpful.
Yeah, go to save dialog. Yeah, this one. So the run model returns an integer,
which is
1.
Yeah.
So it means like that when you select something, then it's 1, and if you don't, then it's 0. Possibly.
For more information, look at Apple's documentation. I don't want to look at Apple's documentation.
It's usually less complete than the Windows, Microsoft documentation.
Let's see, there's this. What is this? On Xamarin Mac, they have a sample. Mac Windows.
Right.
So let's see. Dialogs.
Mac Windows. Which one?
Yeah, which one? Okay, so this is. Oh, this is literally the same stuff they showed us.
You probably will not learn too much new things from it.
Okay, hold up. We might be getting somewhere.
Yeah, it seems better. Now, save panel. Yeah, it seems like it returns 1 if files is selected.
Oh, dialog,
yeah, and then
the URL.path. That's what it is.
Okay. So that's the trick.
Okay. That's good to know. I'll just save that off somewhere. Oh, look, perfect timing.
Accurate. So what do we have
See,
here?
what I at least thought would happen if you have the run modal, it would return as a type of something, and then you could have access to that information from there, kind of like how you would do
Yeah, you would think
UWP.
that. You would think that, but no. And there sometimes are these weird APIs on Mac. Like they return just simple integers, and then you have to search what they actually mean. Like for example, for alerts, I think that it returns something like 100 is the first button, the 101 is the second button, or something.
Okay, this should start.
The picker.
Okay, picker. Oh, okay.
What's the directory URL? What did it select?
Yep, that's.
It's not the documents,
No, that isn't.
but maybe it's just that the environment get folder doesn't have mapping for the documents folder. Hey, can you try music, for example? If you change the sample to use music library instead.
Yeah, let's try that.
It's like more specific. Like I think that on iOS when you do a special folder My Documents, then it actually gives you one of the folders, like the application data folder of the application instead. It's kind of weird.
Where was that before? I'm losing my mind. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, in the
Yes, let's try music library.
let's try this. And the build should be now faster as we just changed samples app, not the other ones.
Should be.
Hopefully.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, because we're setting this adjusted. Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking that somehow we weren't setting it.
We are setting it hopefully correctly to the directory URL. It seems should be okay.
I really wish you would build faster.
It would be nice, but you cannot have everything.
It feels like I'm building UWP apps on release mode.
That's a good comparison.
So do have that
takes
patience.
years. That takes years.
Yeah, try building one on ARM64 when it has to translate over the x86.
Uh-huh.
Horrible. It takes like forever.
It takes like 10 minutes for a simple app on normal normal x64 processor, so I believe you.
Yeah. So it's a dull.
And the worst thing is that these times are the same on when you build it on a on DevOps, for example. So then you have then you build all the platforms very quickly, and then you have UWP, which takes 1 hour.
I'm hoping with a lot of the improvements that they're going to do in .NET 5 and above that get that time significantly squashed for building.
I mean, they could just disable the .NET native compilation. It's this. Anyways, .NET 5 is so fast that you don't even need any .NET native. You know, there's no reason to compile it to native code.
Okay, so this came back as my music.
Mm-hmm.
Character URL.
Oh, that's good. So it handles music.
That worked. So
I
what?
I don't know. Documents didn't
That...
work.
Oh, I wonder.
Maybe it's just the get environment folder doesn't support documents properly.
I think there might be another. Yeah. So that.
Yeah, that's good. So that part is working at least.
Okay, and then this will blow up.
Yeah, probably.
That is good. Okay, so
actually we will have to modify the sample a little bit. And when you go to the file save picker test file, the save methods that are there now are using the cache file manager thing, which I mentioned, and we will not implement that. So I would suggest making a separate test just for the macOS part we are doing, as this is WebAssembly specific. So maybe in the XAML code we'll add a separate button, which will be our test button for the macOS part. So
sure, just make it something simple like save Mac.
Yeah. Like we could implement the cache file manager, but I don't think that's within the scope, or we probably need more time for that. So.
Yeah. Text Mac.
Interesting.
So it saw that it was let's see what it did. Wow, it really did make it.
Well, at least it works. In the Windows Visual Studio, it always throws an error and you have to do it manually.
Actually, I'll just... okay.
And we will not use the save file as it is. We'll write our own.
Yep.
So you can copy an existing one, and then we'll modify it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Save file Mac. Ta-da.
Actually, it calls another method inside, so
the write to file.
This one. Just take one of those, and we will inline it and fix it.
Yeah, there we go. Write to file. Okay, so we just want to get rid of this.
Rid of this cache file modifier manager, And the same for the defer updates. Deferring the status. We don't have to change the status either.
Actually, we don't need to change anything there, or actually just put done. Maybe.
Yeah. You don't even have to write the file itself. It seems like this implementation actually is not correct as it opens stream for write. But if the file doesn't exist, then it cannot open the stream. It has to create it. So I guess we can just leave it simple and just write the file name. Yeah, and don't write into the file itself yet. That's not part of the scope.
Yeah, so we just want to
update the file status. Maybe the update file status method already does what we need.
What is it? Update. Oh, yeah, that just sets the file name.
Yeah, so that's what we need. That's good. So
really,
we can do is like do file dot write all text and write in the file. That would be nice. Because that if the file already exists, it doesn't exist, then it creates it, if I remember correctly.
So this is doing
system. You have to.
You want to do the system IO?
Yeah, system IO file. Yes.
Okay.
Write all text. Oh, async.
Async.
And just write into the file path just to see if it actually can write there. Yeah. Good. Right. That's good. So now if we do the check for run modal and return the file, then we could actually have a working POC.
That would be amazing.
Let's try it.
Let's go.
So what we missing? We're missing the this
URL.
one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So we have the URL. And that's what we need, the URL and the
path. Yeah, that's the path of the file. And there is a constructor on storage file which creates storage file from path, I think. Create from get file from path async. That's the one. Right. And we will have to check for the result from the run modal to do it only if it actually succeeded.
Yeah. So what's that? So if
you see in that file, it was actually what I was telling you that that the alert NS alert returns 1000 for the first button, 1001 for the second button, and so on.
Oh,
like magic values.
That's beautiful.
It could have been just an enum.
There we go. And that's okay. Okay, so we just assign this to a variable.
Yeah. I'll just check for the one there.
Else we just return null.
Yeah, exactly. And please use braces, as we have the convention that we use it even for one-liners. Yeah. Good.
There we go.
Perfect. And what else we need? I think that's it, right? We can now test it.
I think we need to see what's going on with the my documents.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was something.
But when we did this, it returned the main
It
folder
returned
for
personal.
user. So we could do just like combine it with documents and go like that. But I'm not sure if the folder name is localized for users or not.
Let's think about this. Special folder. Xamarin.
Documents folder. Documents folder.
Oh. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
At least for iOS, yeah. So this should be. So personal is the documents folder?
No, that would be weird. But we can try it. We can try it and we'll see. Maybe if we find the Xamarin Mac binding source code.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be there.
So I guess that is the documents, at least for what iOS was.
Well, we can try if it.
Yeah, we can try that. We have to think of what. I mean, honestly, usually doesn't it start at the documents directory anyway?
Oh,
Most of the time.
possibly.
Yeah, let's try that.
It's still weird that exactly this one wouldn't work.
Yeah, personal.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's a proper mapping. I feel like personal would. Well, I guess there was user profile also, but then why did my documents map back to the user profile, like the home directory?
Right. It would basically mean that is the other way around. So personal is documents, and my documents is personal. That wouldn't be sensible, but oh, we have one small problem with the sample, but that's not necessary to fix now. That we return null, but we don't check for it there. So if it's null, it will do null reference exception.
Mm-hmm.
That's a detail. We can fix that later.
Yeah, we just want to see this run.
It's actually work, right? Because if we select a file, we should be able to see that it writes into the file.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
My Mac is over here humming. It's getting that ultra build power going.
Yeah. Its favorite thing to do. in the meantime, are you planning to build some app with Uno?
Oh yeah, I have a few ideas. It's I'll say it has something vaguely to do with Azure pipelines
Mm-hmm.
and YAML.
Yeah. Oh, YAML.
So it might actually apply to GitHub Actions too.
Okay. Actually, Uno now supports the, what is it called? Monaco editor.
What?
Monaco. That's
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know. Oh my goodness.
There is
Okay,
a
that is
library.
perfect.
Yeah. There is a library that does the mapping of Monaco, enables Monaco control on UWP. And Uno platform team took it and made it available on all platforms. So you can now use Monaco within WebAssembly Uno platform, for example.
Uno team.
Oh yeah, they are very good.
Good, because I'm going to need that. This is
Yeah,
perfect.
actually they use it on the sample web app of Uno platform. I think Uno platform. I'll find it. It's in the Uno gallery, I think. Component. Yeah. No, that's probably not this one, but in the Uno platform playground, there is the Monaco editor built in. Where's the playground? It's playground.uno. Playground.platform.uno. So the thing on the left side is the Monaco editor.
Oh. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Snazzy. Oh yeah, this is wonderful.
Ah, yeah. So that's very powerful.
Still building.
Mm-hmm. The build times are the best.
Failed.
Failed? What? Why?
Error somewhere.
Huh?
Why?
But where? It does not contain. Oh, there was.
Oh. Okay.
What's the
It's
difference?
that. Yeah, it's that Mako that click.
It's a different name or
Yeah, I wonder what the heck I made it.
save text button macOS click. And what is here?
Oh.
Ah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The devil is in the details.
You see what missing one character can cause.
Another build. This should be faster as it's just the sample set, not the rest. Yes, Jerome suggested it's probably easier to have a blank app and just test it on that, because now it compiles not only this test page but all the other ones as well. So that takes longer.
And with all this compiling, it should know everything by now.
Right. It was just one character.
I know that after this, any project I create, it better compile it in less than 10 milliseconds, because it's done all the compilation than it needs to today.
Yeah. But we are getting somewhere, definitely.
Yes.
We are getting close to having something functional, and the remaining things are just support for file types. That's gonna be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We can, in the meantime, maybe check that, how it looks on Windows, how it looks on Mac.
So we're at the supported files.
Yeah, we have it in the shared file. Yes, I think there was the file formats or something like that.
Oh, I remember what you're
File
talking.
type choices.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
that's the one. Yeah, I think the Windows uses the format that you have always dot .exe, dot text, txt, or and so on. Like the dot is always there at the start.
And Mac does it.
And Mac.
I actually remember this. I was doing something. I was making an iOS app for someone,
Uh-huh.
and we had to, worry about different types of file saving.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I was testing one of the iOS betas where they had just changed that API
Uh-huh.
because you used to be able to just say, all right, I want to look at this folder and save this file. Then they changed it with some way you had to, I don't know, add these weird ways of adding the supported file types and all these restricted file paths.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, let's see what happens. Okay,
Yeah.
there's our My Music folder. Hey, it didn't blow up.
It didn't. Good. So let's see if it saves. Oh, we have an exception. Oh, we didn't. Ah, I know why.
Oh,
We didn't change the the code actually that is called there. We are still calling
I
the
thought we
old.
removed that.
Yeah, we did, but we made a separate version for Mac, but we don't call it in the handler. So that's in the test.
Oh, we didn't switch
We
it.
didn't call it. So we have to switch it.
And off we go again.
Wait. Wait. Did you change it? Yeah. Okay. So for the text file, I saw that the image and PDF are still the old ones, but we can remove that later.
Oh yeah, we can get rid of that. I just want to see it say that there's a file there. That would be make it static.
What are we passing into the file type parameter? Because if it's image or PDF, we would be it would be not good.
I think we're just doing the save the text.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's good. All right. It has to work.
Work faster, Mac. We've been through this.
You know it already.
It could be worse. Like I've had times where I would just be compiling. This was like way back when I had my first Mac Mini with a internal hard drive, no SSD. I was ready to build, would just give up. I'd have to just kill every single process related to Xamarin and MS Build. It was painful. But luckily, this good old Mac is going to compile this and it's going to work.
In the end.
Yes.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm checking what we will need next for the types. So there is allowed file types property on NS Save panel, which is a array of strings. So it just you feed it file types and it should mark these as allowed. But the question is, because on Windows you have the dictionary which has always the name of the file type category and then the file types. So we'll have to do some link query to map those into a single array. So allowed file types. It's
file types. Yeah, we'll try that out for this.
Yeah, it's running. It was faster. At least a little bit.
Yep. There's that. Please work. What? It says it works.
So we should have the file. Drum rolls.
There it is. Please work. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
Success.
So we have save file picker, at least in the most basic version running. So let's just add the file types and we should have something very functional. Very good.
Yay, this is fun.
Yeah. So it's always the best moment when it lights up and actually works.
Yeah, I'm so used to things just blowing up at the last second. It's nice for that not to happen. Okay, so what we want to do for
let's make another method. I would do a method that returns just the file types, like a string array, something like get file types. It seems like we have the same pattern there.
And we'll just get it from the...
We have suggested file type choices. And what we need is actually the lists inside the dictionary. So we will need like the value from each item there. Yeah, and we need to do select many instead.
Oh.
It's just to merge, flatten.
So,
But now we have to have one more problem there, because the UWP uses the dot at the start, so we will have to also do a substring on each of those items. Yeah.
So it uses dot at the start.
Yeah. It's like required in UWP to have the dot there in each item.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the value is actually a list of strings, so you have to select from there.
Yeah, there you go. Definitely going to change this later on.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Like there should be a validation probably to just make sure that you trim. Maybe we can use trim start. That's probably a good idea, because if the dot is not there for some reason, then it would not blow up. Just trim the dot at the start.
Yeah.
That should possibly be enough. Oh, yeah. So we have to use the string syntax instead. Yeah. Or not? What is that? Oh, a trim start has a different override that uses a array of strings, I think. Try to.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yep.
Array of cars. Okay. It's always tricky to find the right overload. When in C#8 there are new ones, so or .NET Core 3 are new ones, and we don't use that. Well, we should be using .NET Core 3.
Yeah, this should be.
No, but on some platforms it's not available, possibly. Okay, get file. It should be fine, I guess. Just one more thing. In the you don't have the brackets there after get file types. Yeah, so now it's like a property. You need empty. I mean like empty braces. Parentheses. That's the name. I always forget how it's in English. Yeah, this way. Because previously it was just a property, and we need a method. Good. All right. So, and the name of the property in the save panel is allowed file types.
Okay, so where are we going to deal with that? All right, so we have our file type choices, and what we need to do is for the NS URL, we set save picker all file types.
Yeah. And good. Yeah, that seems good. And what else we need? The last thing we would need is the suggested file name property. Suggested file name is the default name of the file that's going to be selected. And And that should be probably mapped to the URL property on this NSSafe panel.
Okay. So so the URL so suggested.
I'm now thinking why we even.
Yeah, did we? Wait, what's this doing?
If you set the URL property, you cannot set the URL property there. That's weird. So how do you set it to default? Because the URL property is just read-only. So I'm not sure how we are supposed to set it.
Yeah.
That is weird. Because for the directory we have a replacement as the directory URL, but for the file name I don't see anything.
Oh, I wonder if file is URL. Oh, actually, I think you did say something about the.
It is because we actually take the picked path from the URL.
Yeah, from that. Well, I wonder if we set that as the suggested.
You cannot actually set it. That's a problem.
Oh, you can't.
You cannot set it, and so I would expect there is some other API, but I don't see it yet.
Yeah, suggested save file.
Like it would be better if the run modal method was not deprecated. It would be much easier. But it is deprecated, so how do we fix it?
So if looking at what the WASM one does, it checks to see if it's null, and then if it is, it creates a temp one.
WebAssembly is kind of weird there because WebAssembly doesn't have the file system access, so that probably won't help us there. File name. I don't see a way to set the file name really.
Well, and then how do we determine what we should set it as? Because by default, it's going to be untitled. That pops up in that box.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I wonder if we do need to set that, because I think Mac automatically uses untitled. But I guess for all right. I wonder if we set it. Okay, I think I see what we need to do.
Oh, I also see it now.
Yeah, so if that suggested file name
is not null,
then whatever it's saved as, we set that as the suggested file name. Yeah. So the next time they go through, it's gonna have that.
But I found this one. This actually, I will send it to you in the chat. This one. That seems to be what we need. That's how can you preset the file name? And they have the name field string value, which is mouthful, but we could set this to the suggested file name. If it's not null, at least.
Okay, set name field string value.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, now I see. There is a property called name field string value on the. I didn't notice that before.
Let me see if it. Oh, yeah.
Name field string value.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you can set that to suggested file name.
Well, I think we have. Think after. Or actually, even down here, I think before they.
Yeah, you have to do it before because it's part of the dialogue in the picker.
Yeah.
So you will need to do it before it actually is opened.
Yeah. So they're gonna check if save suggested.
Suggested.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, it's a suggested file. Suggested file name is on this class.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Lose.
That's confusing. Actually, not now because we need to set it only.
Yes, then we set save picker dot. What was that again?
File.
Yeah.
File string value something. A string.
Name field. Oh my goodness. What in the
why just not name it? Well, they couldn't name it file name because there is already file name property which is deprecated. So that's why they used this name field string value thing. We can test this. We can test this in the sample page as well. Let's set some suggested file name just to see if it works.
Yeah, let's do that. So, it's not being set anywhere. Oh. New document.
So we are setting it, so that's fine. We should see it then.
Yeah. We should see that.
Let's see what happens.
Just had to make sure that we put that in the right spot.
We wouldn't want to do another build. But this seems promising. If this works, then we probably have all the features that we needed, because we can select the file type, we can select the default name, we can select the starting location, and and we can pick the file and save it. So that seems pretty feature complete.
Yeah.
It seems good.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Now we just need the Mac to comply and hurry up and build. Because...
Yeah. And we can make the pull request and it's gonna be good to go.
Indeed. I think I need to look through these Mac APIs because they seem to just, I don't know. I'm so used to just building on top of everything that everyone else already has done. So like, prior to this, I used Xamarin Forms a lot. I only had to write a few custom renderers and things.
Yeah,
but now I see that at least knowing a lot of that API is going to be useful.
It helps if you are working on something like this, where you really learn as you go, as you implement features. You learn more and more about not only the specifics of UWP, but also on the specifics on each platform. So it's a good thing, a good source of new knowledge, and in this case, the macOS APIs are sometimes weird. So,
especially how you'll have a lot of the very similar to iOS. And then there's just classes where you have like two characters different from the class name. Can you just keep it the same?
Yeah. But when we are implementing the macOS support for Uno platform, there was a lot of things that were like this, like that you have shared file between iOS and macOS, but there were some differences or some missing methods or some missing APIs that were just, you had to find one specific API that was a replacement for it, but it wasn't immediately clear which one was it. Or, some little small differences that can cause headaches.
Yep, I can only imagine. Well, all I can say is I am very happy to see Uno run on Mac OS. This is it's like a dream come true for me.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's really cool. Just like build for Windows, UWP, XAML, and that's it. And it works everywhere. I like that a lot.
That's the goal. And it's getting better and better every day. A lot of new features. And when WinUI 3 is open source, that's going to be huge because we will be able to port all of those controls which are there one by one and have the exact same code between WinUI and our code base, which will be very useful.
Oh yeah, especially for me wanting to target my Surface Pro X. I'm waiting for WinUI 3 specifically for that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, there is a lot of controls already in WinUI, but like most of the basic ones, like the like button and text block and list view and so on, those are not open source. And if they were, it would be very useful because we try to figure out ways to make the controls work the same way as on UWP, but that's like investigative work. You try something, it doesn't work, you try it differently and so on.
Trial and error.
One error?
Oh no, just saying trial and error.
Okay. Yeah, trial and error. I was afraid that the build failed.
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, the split view control, that's also a like custom implementation currently. And when WinUI is open source, then we could be able to take the actual split view code and have it correctly implemented.
All right, moment we've all been waiting for.
Fingers crossed.
New document.
Perfection.
Yes.
So now we have. Do we have some file types there? TXT should be supported, right? So let's see it.
Yes.
Perfect. And what happens if you try some different file name like MP3? It should complain. Oh, good. That's perfect.
Wait.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Just to make sure. Okay. Yep. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Canceled.
That's the problem with the test page. We have to adjust that as well. We don't check for null.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that worked.
Yeah.
OMG.
Yeah. So now we can actually commit that and commit the parts that are interesting for us. So we don't actually have to commit the test page changes, probably.
Nah, probably just
Yeah. So what we definitely don't want to commit is the uno cs proch, because Visual Studio always modifies this, and the changes are not what we want.
This and the cross targeting,
yeah.
we don't want to.
We don't want those. We definitely want those in uno DWP storage and generated.
Yes. Yeah, so we can just revert these back. Oh, did I do a CD? I don't want to do that. All right. Okay.
This is what we want. No, we also want the generated. Or yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought it's just yeah. So you can add all these into it. Yeah. And why does it not? It's not stage for commit.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. All right, and one more thing we need to do is to switch to a branch because we are on master.
Yes, that is true. Should that be?
We usually use the following that we have your name slash dev slash your name slash and the feature you are implementing.
Okay.
So dev slash.
Let's see. Picker macros.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. And for the commits, there is a special syntax we are using, and I will send you a link to that. And it's conventional commits. That's useful because it allows you to then generate change logs easily. So if you open that link, so you always use a prefix that says what the commit is actually doing. So there are several predefined prefixes like fix for bug fixes, then feed for feature, and that's what we will use here. So we are going to use feed, colon, and probably file safe picker on macOS. Yeah. Perfect.
What? This junk.
That's probably okay. All right. Yeah. So we can now push it and we can create the pull request.
Actually, let's try this. Go away, Visual Studio. Forgot about this. Actually, it shouldn't even be asking me for this.
It shouldn't, because you cloned it. So.
Yeah.
How did you clone it previously?
Yeah, I cloned it. Oh, I know what to do. Okay. There we go.
Ah, here we go.
Ta-da.
Haha. So now
Whew.
let's make the pull request, and
Sorry
that's
about that.
you should get notification on the Uno platform repo for the pull request. Yeah. Perfect. So what's the GitHub issue number? I will find it for you.
Okay. Oh, wait. Here it is.
Okay.
3215.
Mm-hmm. Right. What kind of changes introduces feature?
Is this just a full comment? Here?
Just remove everything else than feature. Just get rid of those additional ones.
Okay.
It's good. Current behavior, I usually write not implemented and then new behavior implemented.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's usually clear from the name of the PR even. And contains no breaking changes, definitely. You can check by X, writing X there as to make it checked.
Which
That's we can start on the top. So docs have been updated. We don't need docs for this one. Unit tests, UI tests, we didn't create new ones, so not necessary. We validated. Let's mark it as we did it because we didn't change any UI. Yeah, and we didn't. Yeah, and then no breaking changes. Definitely no breaking changes, and we associate it with an issue. And the commits are following conventional commits. Yes, that's also okay, right? And that should be enough. Those sections are optional, so you can create it.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Oh, yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's there.
What? I am a GitHub. Oh.
Ah, you have to sign the CLA.
I might have to amend this.
Oh, you used a different email, probably.
Yeah, it used. Let me handle that real quick.
If there are any additional questions in the chat, please write them now so that we have time to answer them before we are finished here.
There you
What is it?
It's trying to amend this commit.
I usually do it through the UI. I use fork as the Git client. Usually easier for me than the command line.
dash dash. Unless I spelled amend wrong, which I did.
The problems where you least expect them.
Right. Updates, cause oh my goodness. Merge branch. What?
What is it? Yeah, maybe you can make it even easier. Without the amending, you could add your email address that you used for the commit to your account on GitHub. It seems that...
Oh, I know what happened. So
what is it?
So I amended it, but then oh, that was weird.
You probably have to do a force push.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do it from the UI.
Simpler.
Might be the best. I'll just add another commit.
But a new commit? What do you mean?
So just make an actual.
Oh wait. You don't want to do that. You still have to modify this existing commit. So I would suggest.
Oh, this is on YouTube. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
I would say that the easiest way would be to add the email address to your account so that you don't have to change the commit anymore.
And we'll just do that.
Yeah. If you find the email address you used, then...
There. How the heck do I just make a commit that just changed it?
Don't ask me. This is always the hardest thing. Maybe?
Let's do that. Do another amend and see if that works.
Yeah, you just have to really override the commit, because if you don't, then it will create a new commit that you don't want to do. So, yeah.
There's that pull request.
Yeah, it really created a new pull request there, and you don't have the CLA signed now for 2 users.
How do I get rid of Jeremy Sinclair?
I think you will have to really revert and go to the first commit, then commit it again, and force push instead of pushing simply, so that you override the branch itself.
All right, just say that again.
So if you, I don't know how to do a revert. Like you have to make undo the commits so that you have the stages staged. I'm not sure how do you do that, but from the command line itself.
It'd be like a, what is it?
Undo
Like
last
a
commit.
base. Let's try to get.
Oh, maybe the easiest way could be to create a new local branch, cherry pick the commit with your changes, and then force push into the origin branch.
I should be able to. So I would screw that up.
Definitely will need the force push, because the push will create a new commit instead.
So don't force push?
Yeah, you have to force push, but first you have to fix the author of the commit somehow.
Yeah. So, which I should be able to. So if I need to edit this, rebase onto a new commit.
Yeah, if you rebase on that, then change the author, and then force push, you should be good.
Check out the commit root. Modify. And then git commit and offer. This would be git log. So we have a new one.
Okay, let's make it easier.
There we
go. Did you change it?
I'm doing that now. There's a branch name. It is status number. And there's it. So we replace.
I'm getting lost.
Oh, me too. I'm just trying to find this one commit. It's the first time I've done this. So take that. And down here. So now we should see. Aha. Okay, good. No more snicklers.
Okay, and
no
now
more
you
non-snicklers.
you have to
force push.
Mm-hmm. That should work.
All right.
Okay, and if you go in the pull request, then you should be able to sign the CLA for yourself.
What?
Free commits, that's not what we wanted.
It's even then it should have just had the because if you look at the history, it only has all of these now.
Okay, maybe I have an idea. Maybe. That should be easier. Because we are now deep in multiple commits.
Yeah.
So I would suggest going to master.
Oh, go away.
Wim.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What?
Okay. Go to master. And now do are you on master? Why does it show a different?
Yeah. It's this. I have no idea. It's this. Wow, that was weird.
Huh? Why is it rebase?
What?
Huh?
Let's. Okay, that was very weird. So let's try this again.
Still rebase.
What?
And something like end rebase. Yeah, git rebase abort. Git rebase / abort. Yeah. Yeah, good.
Goodness.
Okay, so let's go to master. And now from here, do a cherry pick of the commit, the first commit that you had there, the C86. Cherry pick. Oh, it's not here, but you have it in the.
Oh, on the. So that first commit.
It's CS something, C8, CS87. Yeah, this one. If you get this one, and now you cherry pick it on the master branch.
So just do cherry pick.
And you have to switch back to master.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah,
master. Now cherry pick. Cherry. Yeah, there's a cherry slash. Like not slash. What is it called in English?
Cherry hyphen.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, hyphen. Cherry pick and the commit number. Paste it in, and try to confirm it. Okay, so we should now have the changes here.
Yep. So there's there.
Okay, so now let's force push. Oh, switch to a new branch, a completely new branch, like.
Yeah.
And then we will force push this to the original one. Yeah, that should definitely override it.
Let's So how do we force push that?
You will have to set the remote branch to the one that you already have on remote. I don't know how to set the branch here. Set remote branch. Set. Yeah, you do something.
Oh, upstream. I know this. I'm pretty sure it's. We'll just do.
Git branch set upstream to. Or set. Yeah, there's set upstream.
Oh, so there's a git branch.
Set upstream.
All this because I have these. I did not set my username and email globally.
Set upstream, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's what I was going to do. Anyway.
So you set upstream origin, a branch will be the def, the original name of the branch. Let's say picker. Yeah. Good. And.
Okay. And then we would just do a git.
Wait. Did we push?
Yeah. So the git push -u sets the.
Oh, it is. That's it. Okay. And now you can do force push there. Yeah, that's perfect. So force push should now fix it. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot a. Okay. Why?
What happened? Wait, what? What do we have here?
Let me look at this again.
No, we didn't push. We didn't push. We just set the. Now we have to push. We just set the branch. Branch was set to track, but we now have to force push one more. Has no upstream branch.
Oh. Well.
We want to push to origin instead. So.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what that. Maybe it doesn't like the. Yeah, this is what this does. The git push -u.
Yeah.
I was just saying everything's up to date. That is really annoying.
Git push force. What does it say, the git push force?
It just says everything's up to date.
Yeah, I mean, it has no upstream branch. What does it mean?
Oh, because it doesn't have an upstream branch for file say picker mac temp.
Oh, I see. So we are setting the wrong. We are setting. Yeah, we are setting different branches tracking. So we have to do git push. Like just the same thing you did, but from a different branch.
feel like there's something.
I just find it. Okay.
Oh, git rebase.
No, I wouldn't do that. That seems dangerous.
So if I rebase onto from this branch onto.
Can you? Yeah. No. That will replay all the free commits on this branch. We don't want that. We want to force push override that one, but we don't want to. Try again the git push set upstream origin.
Yeah, all that'll do is just make a what's called a branch. Here's what it wants. It wants to create that branch up on the origin, but that won't override it.
Mm-hmm. But what if we do just a git branch set upstream origin instead of the push? You know, if we just do git branch set upstream.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work though.
Origin. You missed origin there.
Oh, track instead of set. I'll set upstream too.
Origin dev, yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, not master from origin. What? You say the first is the source and the next one is the target. So you have to do origin / dev. You know, I think you have to do that.
All right, so
track. Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's try this.
Oh wait, no. We set to track local branch.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we do origin.
/ dev. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect. Now git push force, and we should be good to go.
The upstream of your current branch does not match the name of the current branch. To push the upstream branch on the remote.
What? That doesn't matter. We can do the suggested one.
Yeah, it says everything's up to date.
No, but you didn't do the colon thing that they suggested. The colon def. Yeah, the whole thing. I would do the whole thing plus force. Yeah, that's.
Oh, maybe
it will work. Okay,
oh.
Let's go.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
That seems promising. And apparently... pull requests on the issues. Page. I don't
Did it do it?
see it yet. But... Aha! Good.
Okay.
Here we go.
There we go.
All right. So now you can sign the contribute license agreement.
Whew.
Wow, that was
that was
fun
painful.
with Git.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So you can sign it, and once you do, that will be ready to go.
Woohoo.
So Git is the hardest thing ever.
I feel like there's like multiple ways of doing this.
Probably. probably. But you know,
But I like this one. Yeah.
this one was probably the easiest. As we just
Mhm.
overwrote everything, and
Yeah, I just said the heck with it.
but you know, it's one day we should get no reference manual of Git and read it.
Well, it's like I normally, I think I made the mistake of doing that, doing that extra merge before,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what threw it off. Because
Yeah.
after I did that pull and merged in, it created another commit, which
Yeah.
I would fine if I would have just did that amend and be done with it.
Yeah. Probably.
Ooh,
Yes. It's tricky.
it happens.
Perfect.
I
So
like it's good that I know, that we figured out how to do it in the command line, and
yeah, it's
now I
good
have
knowledge.
at least some history to just in case this happens again. Yay.
But anyways, this is done. So now the build is running, and it will hopefully succeed, and yeah, and then we'll just review the commits, and we should be good to go.
Yeah, that would be
It will be our
wonderful.
first merged commit into Uno platform.
Absolutely.
Huh?
This is fun.
First but not last.
Oh, definitely not last now. Now I know. I know the game now.
That is a lot of things to do, so you can
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
pick any issue that we have there and tackle it. Like on the macOS, there is a lot of things still missing. So if you're enjoying macOS and its builds,
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's. I think that the macOS part was one of the reasons I wanted to contribute,
mm-hmm.
because you know,
yeah,
we already have it on Windows.
mm-hmm.
Seeing it on Mac was
yeah, that's
just nice
something.
because I don't want to leave that out.
And you also have Linux support now, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty good.
Successful.
This will
Oops.
take a long time, you know.
Oh.
There's a lot of
Oh,
checks, and there is also the UI test running and a lot of things. So you can probably just let it
yeah.
wait. Yeah. All right.
So did everyone enjoy my fun little mistakes and things that you shouldn't do, or check that
I'm
you
sure. I'm
have
sure.
set properly before you do this? So step one, if you're committing, make sure that you have the proper name and email address.
Yeah.
For me, the reason this happened is because, well, one, I did not set everything properly on my local Git. I just did it through individual repositories,
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it globally.
Yeah.
And also the reason I have some extra, I had to set the upstream to a different URL because I'm using the SSH keys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Yeah.
I couldn't
Makes
push. But yeah, just make sure everything's cool.
But good. We made it working. So I think this is a very successful session.
Yes, very successful.
All
I'm
right.
very happy.
And you have first commit or first pull request into Hacktoberfest. So
Oh yeah,
just 3 more to go for the T-shirt.
sweet. I'm sure there's a lot more issues we can get tackled, and
Yeah, no, like the file open picker for macOS will be very similar. So if you want to try that, then that's probably a good place to start. And yeah, on macOS there is a lot of other things, like for example battery management, not battery, but power info, like how much battery you have left. Those APIs are not implemented yet, but there are many others, so you can definitely find something.
absolutely. And Martin, I thank you so much for all of this.
I thank
Thanks
you. I thank
for
you
helping
for
out
going
because
into this because it was risky business, but
oh yeah,
you see it was worth it. And
totally.
I think also people learned new things on the live stream. So I'm happy that it worked out.
Yes. Yeah, thanks everyone, even for all the suggestions and for even sticking around.
Yeah. Thank you all. Have a great day, and see you next time on some next Uno platform meetup. We have next week. We'll have on Saturday Arlo Godfrey. Will do
Ooh,
his
Arlo.
first. Yeah, he will do his
Nice.
first pull request as well. So that's gonna be fun. And the next week after that, we will have Shimi Weishandler do his PR as well.
Nice.
So
It's gonna be fun, exciting.
it's gonna be packed October.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. And I
Thank
hope
you,
you
Mark.
enjoyed this, and see you sometime next time.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.